welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another new pen, and if you've been watching some of my videos and my blog, I've been selling some pens recently, and I decided that I would buy a pen, and this was an Armando Simoni Club pen, and this I purchased at the Midlands Pen Show from St John's Pens, John Foy. As you know, I do like Armando Simoni Club pens, especially the Bologna Extra, so let's unbox this pen and I'll show you what's inside. So first of all, you get this Armando Simoni Club brochure, and it just goes through really about Armando Simoni, the founder, Manu, and also some of the materials which are pretty much long sold out now in most cases. You have the wild side there as well. Actually, that's the wild dark side, and then you have the wild side, and then obviously the filling mechanism along with the nib there. So this is just a brochure. And now ASC are actually providing this little cloth pen pouch. So this is actually a nice thing to have with the pen. Now this does not fold down, so let me remove the box and show you the box here. So this is a magnetic clasp box. If I open it up, and you'll see in here, this is the latest Armando Simoni Club Bologna Extra pen. So no compromise, our pens are 100% handmade in Italy, and we are proud of that. Now these used to be actually hand turned by Salvatore and Ciro Matroni. They have now stopped making these. I'm not sure who's making them now and whether or not it's still being made in Italy. As I understand it, I think they are still being made in Italy, but not by the Matronis. So let me remove the pen and just show you a few other things first. So we have this card statement here. We believe in making great pens. We believe beauty is the essence of each pen. We insist only in excellence. Attention to detail and craftsmanship is what we strive for. We design every pen with you, our collector, in mind. Our box will protect your precious pen from rust and humidity. We believe safeguarding the planet and its resources is of vital importance for humanity. ASC takes the lead in reducing its carbon footprint in our new packaging. After all, we are pen makers, not box collectors. So you get that, and then you have an Armando Simoni Club membership card, and then a warranty card. And then you also get some shavings. Now this may not be from your very pen, probably isn't, it's probably just off the shop floor, but you get a little bit of shavings there, and then you also get this as well, and it's signed by ASC. So let me just show you these shavings a little bit more close up there. So that is the box or the packaging, and then you have the pen. So let me just remove the pen, and it comes in this vacuum sealed box, and I do like these boxes actually. These are actually quite good. You do have to be a bit careful when you open it that the pen doesn't roll out, and it is a magnetic box. So I think the first thing, let's show you here, you get the ASC medallion that comes attached to the clip. We'll remove that, and then you have this pen, and this is the ASC Bologna Extra, and this is the Africa. Now prior to release, this was actually called the African Burkina, or Burkina Africa. And I'm actually glad that ASC did change this name, because this is not, and I do repeat, this is not the Burkina material. And I managed to actually take a photo of this alongside an Omar's Burkina at the Midlands Pen Show, and you can see it here, and you can see the two materials are very, very different. However, I do still like this material a lot. It's definitely not the Burkina, but I really do like how this material is crafted, and you can see there's a lot of yellow dots instead of black dots that you would have on, say, the Burkina, and you have these swirls. So this is the ASC Bologna Extra Africa number 19. So this was the first of 19 pens, and there will be a lot more, but I have number 19. Now, in terms of the cap here, you have the standard pointed finial, you have the roller clip here, but look at that material. That is really, really stunning. So when I was at the Midland Pen Show, I had the opportunity of picking this up, and there were a number of retailers that had some pens. There was Sarge, the one-man pen show. He had some. John Foy at St John's Pens, he had 4, I believe, on his table. And I think I may have seen one at Ray's, or that it may have been a regular Burkina at Ray from Vintage Modern Pens. But this is from John Foy, and I picked this up, and I managed to actually be able to choose between the 4 pens he had on his table, and that really appealed to me, because out of the 4 there were 2 that I immediately discarded, and then there were 2 that I really liked. So this was one of them, and I think this is a beautiful pen. So this pen has not been inked up yet, so you are seeing a brand new nib here, and I will ink it up in a moment. You can see there that ASC Bologna Extra, and it's a number size 8 nib. It's an 18 karat gold medium nib. It's a Magic Flex nib, and you can see the section there. So I do like this Africa sort of material. It also has this gold band here as well, and which is actually quite rough to the touch. And then it says there, ASC Bologna Africa number 19. But look at that chatoyance there going on in that body. That is absolutely stunning. So this really is a stunning material. Now, of course, it's not the original Burkina material. And when I saw this come out, initially I thought it was going to be the Burkina, because it was being called the Burkina Africa, or Africa Burkina. But now that I've actually seen it, I do love this material in its own right, and that's why I bought this pen, because at the end of the day, I do like this material. So, but it's not a Burkina. So putting it side by side with a Burkina, you do notice the difference. Now it has this little hole, or a breather hole here, and if I unscrew this, this comes with a sack inside. It's a pneumatic filler, so you push it down with your finger on that hole and let go, and then you hear a little suck of noise or air, and then it sucks up the ink through the barrel, and then you just screw that down again. But this really is a beautiful pen. So in terms of size in my hand, you can see there it's actually a really good size. It's a really good weight as well. Now, you can kind of post the cap, but not very well, because you have this metal ring here, and it stops the cap from going any further. I do have worry that that could split the cap if you do force it on there, so I'm not going to force it. But this pen really is what I like. I do love these pens. So I think let's do a weight check, and then we'll do a comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So in terms of size, we are looking at about 158 millimeters in length. The cap is about 72 millimeters in length, and then the full length from the tip of the tines on the nib, we're looking at about 147 millimeters. So it's quite a long pen. Now, in terms of weight, this is uninked, so we are looking at just under 55 grams. The cap, we are looking at just over 11.5 grams, and then the pen, we are looking at just under 40.5 grams. So it is quite a weight, but it's a pen that I do like the weight of a lot. So for me, that's actually quite good. So here now you can see a comparison with other pens, and there's a lot of ASC Bologna extra pens here. So from left to right, we have an ASC Bologna, and this is the extra, but it's in the wild side. We have 4 in the Arco Verdes. We have the extra Africa. We have an Arco Brown. And then we have a Visconti Manhattan Arco. We have the Armando Simoni Club, and this is the Il Gladiatore. And then we have an Omas, and this is the Arte Italiana Paragon Grande. So I am going to ink this up with a Diatramentus, and this is the chocolate ink. Let's unscrew the rear here, and we will put our finger over the hole. And then we'll wipe off that section a bit and just put the cap back on, and we'll just put the cap back on the pen as well. We'll screw down that pneumatic filler knob, and then we'll start to do a writing sample with it. So this is the Armando Simoni Club, and this is the Bologna Extra Africa. Now, this is a 18 karat gold, and it's a medium nib, and it's a Magic Flex nib. Now, in terms of line variation, you are getting ideally a broad line, and this is the same with most of these Armando Simoni clubs. Now, if you want to push it a little bit more, you can get a lot more line variation out of it. But look at this. This is a juicy wet nib. So this is Oxford Optic paper, and you can even start to see this is feathering. So this is a very juicy wet nib. So in terms of an ink test here, you can see just how wet that is. This is an A4 page, so this is a very, very juicy wet nib. But it's just how I like it. So there you have it. That's the Armando Simoni Club Bologna Extra, and it's the Africa version. And if you'd like to purchase this pen, you can purchase this pen from St John's Pens. That's John Foy at St John's Pens. He goes to all of the UK pen shows. He also has an Instagram, St John's Pens. Go check him out on his Instagram. Also check him out at any of the pen shows. I believe he will be at the Newcastle Pen Show in September, and also he will definitely be at the London Pen Show in October this year. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.